And tell you what, I was at that game on Saturday night, and the Sydney crowd, they were louder than the Melbourne crowd, and Melbourne supporters that were there were also saying it as well.
Well, we brought it up last week on the podcast, and it was posted on our socials during the week. What is going on, Melbourne fans?
Not sure.
On SCN, and numerous supporters today rang up and said that it's really poor. Like, you're reigning premiers, where are you? And I use the term plastic fans, and until I start seeing more fans in the crowd, I'm sticking by it. You can buy as many cheese boards as you want, but if you're not going to get down to support your club, you know.
But why are they plastic? They've just won the premiership.
Well, like, I don't understand.
Like, there's nothing to jump off on.
I know there's certain reasons why people aren't going, but their crowd attendances have been very poor.
The last couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks have been terrible.
And they've got a really good stretch of like home games, or technically they're playing Collingwood as an away game, but it's at the G.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the Collingwood Melbourne game coming up, obviously, shortly. But Collingwood, you would expect, we're going to bring 85% of the crowd.
Yeah, I know. It's bizarre. I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, I'm just, you speak from previous experience when, the reigning premier from the year before, the games are packed. Like when the Tigers were flying, I mean, you still get massive crowds now, but when you guys were flying, you're pulling big crowds every week.
Oh, the numbers were doubled. When you're successful, the numbers double. And everyone makes jokes about bandwagon supporters and all that, but it's just a given. Of course, it just
happens. Yeah,
people are more the more of your half-ass sort of supporters are going to be more inclined to go when your team's winning, and that's just a given fact. Doesn't matter what club you support; it's going to be across the board. That's just the way it is, and that's why I'm so surprised that Melbourne are reigning premiers. They were undefeated for a majority of this season, and the crowds are still really poor. And I'd love I know there's not going to be an explanation, but I'd love one if there was.
Yeah. But it's hard because I feel like all the Melbourne supporters that we know are going to the games.
So we can't even.
So it's like, it's hard. You can't ask them because they're going. It's who are the ones that aren't going. That's what I'd love to know what their mindset is. And I don't know, is it because it's cold now and ski season's around the corner? Are they all heading off there? Who knows? But
I mean, we touched on it last week as well, and we said that they're not going to be as big as some of the big four clubs.
No, you can't compare.
They're not the same sort of size, but still.
You'd expect more than 32,000 to a top four matchup on a Saturday night.
Melbourne, Sydney, Saturday night, primetime viewing.
No local footy.
There's no... I can't see any reason why you wouldn't beat that game if you're a Melbourne supporter. Yeah. And credit to the Swans. I mean, there's a lot of South Melbourne fans, obviously, that
they were loud.
That live in Melbourne. But it was so good to see them up and about.